Hey everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres. Welcome to the returning saga of we're digging up our yard and rebuilding the flower beds.
Today I'm going to work on getting this controller all wired up. Let's take a look inside.
That's how it feels anyway. But if you've been following us for a while, the bed closest to the kitchen door is now completely plumbed and electrified and about 3/4 planted with seedlings that I grew in the greenhouse this year. We have now moved the chaos down to in front of the front door, which is it's pretty funny sometimes. Poor Jack came out last night and he looked around because at bedtime he comes out the front door and because we have a nice light here and he can go take a leak. And he looked around like, what am I supposed to do now, Mom? Because all his favorite weeds that he normally would come out and, pee on are not here anymore. So let me give you a rough rundown of what's going on. So this bed here has been put together in pieces over the years, as we discovered that we had problems with gophers. So, for instance, this plant here, Columbine, I wasn't sure I'd remember the name of it for a minute there, is in a hardware cloth box. So a wire box to keep the gophers from eating the roots off of it. There's also a wire box here and another one here. And these 3 chrysanthemums are in wire boxes. There's little bits and pieces of boxes like this. Let's see if I can get it out of here. In here. Now, the reason these are here is because when I planted this last year, the cat insisted on digging it up. So I just took random sharp pieces like this, and she didn't like the random sharp pieces. Now, I will be transplanting a few things. Some of these violets will have to be transplanted. They usually do okay with transplanting as long as they're watered well. So I'm not too concerned about that. But my goal is to dig out this section here, put hardware cloth down. I'm going to take out these baskets that are here and create a more complete controlled environment, hopefully, at least partially. I don't know, it's hard. I'm trying not to dig up too much of this stuff here. Like I say, the chrysanthemums are already in baskets to protect their roots, so they're okay. A lot of that junk you saw me pull out yesterday was just last year's growth. They always die back to the ground, and I don't clean it off at the end of the season because we find that leaving the dead growth on top does a lot of protective good for the plants themselves. When I clear off all that dead growth early, inevitably the plants are damaged by frost, whereas just leaving that little bit of protective dead stuff over the top means they don't get nearly the frost damage in the spring. So, balancing act. It's always a pain. I'd rather have them cleaned off in the fall, but then I'd have a problem with frost damage in the spring. So the goal is dig this down, put in hardware cloth. There's going to be a new piece of pipe that goes here along with these 2 here. The pipe, PVC pipe, which is white, and the gray, which is conduit for the electrical, are going to run here, and they're going to come over here to a box which is going to be set in this bed. And there will be valves in here to control this section here of the, and I guess this section too, of the beds, so that we'll be able to turn the stuff on and off. Well, I guess this one's actually controlled there. Yes, it is. But this section here will have a valve, and we're going to leave another valve there because we want to have the ability to run water to the other side of the path at a later date if we decide to. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, time to get going.
Let's look inside. Each wire is connected to one of these individual posts. This is opened up with a small screwdriver and tightened down. The common, which we use, the black wire, goes here. Valve 1 goes right there, valve 2 goes there. 3 and 4 I'm not going to connect up. 5, 6 are already established. Now, when we go to the other side over here, we also have to connect up a new common. I then have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Not a big deal, not a lot of work, but it has to be done.
Our yard does not really tilt that way.